Chiefs is crazy.
Go Chiefs.
I'm not surprised.
Not me either.
I would have been
This
surprised
is
if
the
it was
most
anything
Tom
else.
thing ever. I'm not surprised.
Fitting.
As soon as I saw him in a Chiefs jersey, I'm like, oh, I know.
Yeah, it was fitting.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if he wore Eagles gear. If
Never. That's not.
yeah,
That's not
that
his
never
repertoire.
happened.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
But Hassan Reddick has some love on.
Yeah.
Has given the Eagles some love today.
It made me think of Mama Doc.
Yeah,
It's
it's the
like
best.
growing up with sports and also
They get home.
it did.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, let's start off with our Super Bowl preview. Eagles -1.5 over under 51 versus the Chiefs. I'll start off with Nick. Who do you think has more on the line, Hurts or Mahomes?
Mahomes. I mean, if Hurts loses, okay, whatever. I think he had a great year, regardless. I don't think anything is going to be anything about him negatively. If anything, they're gonna have the same team back. I said this about a week ago or two. I said he's gonna have the same team back regardless of what happens, and they're gonna run it back, and he has nothing to lose. So I think if anything, he has everything to gain, more to lose. Mahomes, however, when you're talked about amongst the greats, you're talking about the Peyton Mannings who had longevity, Tom Brady, longevity, and have won multiple Super Bowls. Now, and you're creeping in that argument, you got to win these Super Bowls. And the Eagles are a good team. If he wins this Super Bowl, I'll tip my cap because the Eagles, I think, are a really good team. They are the best team in the NFC. And I think they're the best team in the NFL, period. So if he wins, this will be a huge win for his legacy. I think this would be a defining moment in his career over the first Super Bowl, in my opinion, because the Eagles are just that good.
Yeah.
But he can't go 1-2 in Super Bowls.
And
because you got Montana's 4-0. I mean, how are you going to be better than Joe Montana if you're 1-2 and he's 4-0?
It's not even that for me too. It's about
but that's the talk though. When you talk about Mahomes, everybody's talking about he's the GOAT and all this shit.
So what about you're saying the legacy thing, right? Like if he loses, it's gonna. So I was talking to Ryan. You know Ryan's a big Chiefs fan.
Yeah, he was on the show. Shout out Ryan Duck.
Peyton Manning went 1-3. He lost his third one, and nobody discredited him. And everybody's like, okay.
No, Peyton went 2-2.
I thought he won, lost to the Seahawks, and then lost to the Saints. And then he beat
1-2.
Or okay, 1-2.
Yeah.
So this would be Mahomes. He'd be what, 1-2?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think that's gonna, he's not gonna fall down and be like, okay, well now he's not gonna be one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. I think even if he loses.
Yeah, he went 2-2, Manning.
Yeah, but he's saying that.
No, I'm saying
Mahomes loses, he'll be 1-2.
It'll be the same thing.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to take away from Mahomes' legacy.
I don't think so yet because he's still early as hell.
Yeah.
Remember, it's only his 5th or 6th year. But my thing is he needs to have a good game.
Yeah.
Because he has 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
That's correct.
If you
Absolutely
lose, it's how you lose. I'm trying to think when it was I'm trying to go back to something where it's if you perform, perfect example, Tom Brady in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really gets on him for that loss because he played well. He threw for 500 yards.
Yep.
And when you see things like that, like when Manning played the Saints, he threw the game-losing interception.
Yeah.
That was a stain. But now when they lost to the Seahawks, they were just dominated start to finish.
There was boogeyman on that field, bro.
Yeah.
I seen boogeyman.
Yeah. They were just demolished starting to finish. So that wasn't all on Peyton for me.
Yeah.
The Saints Super Bowl for me with Peyton Manning was to me, that's that mark on him.
But did you think, okay, he's not going to go back. He's going to take a step back and it's going to diminish his legacy.
No, but it's going to get a lot harder to get back to the bowl.
I know.
It's going to be a lot harder because the AFC is
right.
starting to get stacked up.
And that's what we talked about with when I said why it's going to be so hard for anyone, especially Mahomes, to get to the amount of Super Bowls or come close to winning as many as Brady. You have Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. You have Josh Allen. You have who else is in there?
Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. You have you got 5 studs. It's going to be really difficult.
Possibly Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. And you need to win. You need to win them early.
Mm-hmm.
You need to win those Super Bowls when you get there. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, but you got to understand too, the Bucks, when they lost to the Bucks, why did they lose? Pressure. He had a shit game.
He did.
Right? Now the Eagles, they have a similar defense. They get after the quarterback, period. That's what they do. and they have good corners. They have good safeties. So they're able to play that kind of coverage along with the pressure they're getting.
Yeah.
So that's an advantage for the defense anytime you line up. If they get pressure on Mahomes and he has that kind of game, now you're looking at it a little sideways because, like he said, he only has 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in the Super Bowl. That's got to count for something, right? Because we get on LeBron for the finals, and
that's
against the Mavericks.
That's like Trent Dilfer numbers.
Everybody gets on LeBron over the series with the Mavericks.
Yeah.
So
well, that's what I'm saying.
But that's
yeah,
the same
exactly.
thing, right? So that has to weigh the same thing.
Well, my thing is too is when you think about it, and going back to Peyton, when did everybody stop saying he chokes? When they beat the Panthers. Yeah. When he went back and won the 2nd Super Bowl and got through it that year, I know he got hurt and stuff. That was when everybody stopped with he's a choke artist.
I hated hearing that.
Me too. I hated it. We were Peyton Manning fans.
I think that argument kind of ended when he won the first one.
Who?
Manning.
I think it was
so.
Less. You heard it.
The
less.
monkey was off his back.
Oh, I got you.
You heard it less
because his talent level against the rest of the league was he was out of the water.
It was him and Brady, and
it was him and Brady, and that was it.
And you could say, "Oh, Big Ben," but
Manning was just
terrible.
But Manning had that rocket arm, man. He had that rocket arm. He had accuracy. He had special playmakers on the outside. Like they put up highlight
snap.
reels.
I mean,
that's what makes me laugh when people say about like, oh, the best talent, like the most talented quarterback, and I laugh. I'm like, the most talented quarterback ever.
I mean, just go to YouTube and look up Peyton Manning highlights.
That's what I'm saying. Like what he did before the snap was just, it was next level. Like Tom Brady doesn't even do that. It was next level.
That's what I'm saying. But like, yeah. So if we're going back to the argument for legacy, this has to matter.
So how about this? If Mahomes goes down big, 17-0, 14-0, 21-7, are you comfortable in that game?
No, Mahomes is that good.
Okay. No, because I think a lot of people now are watching the NFL and there's a lot more comebacks, I feel like, in today's NFL than there was previous. Like it's a lot because it's a lot more offensive driven. You're supposed to throw the ball down the field. Teams have good quarterbacks, with big arms and wide receivers now. There's a lot more talent on the field than there was 20 years ago. That's where I think is
how about this?
The reason why.
Say the Chiefs lose, right? Say Mahomes plays like shit. Okay. Since we're on this topic of the legacy and if it's going to hurt more for Hurts and Mahomes, who would you take right now to start your franchise with the Mahomes loss?
Mahomes.
Hurts or Mahomes?
Mahomes.
So I feel like why would it? It's not. It shouldn't hurt. I don't think it's really going to hurt him that much.
It's only if he plays like shit, and I don't think it's going to hurt the immediate. I'm just saying it's going to hurt the argument of everybody saying that Mahomes is already a top 5 quarterback ever. Like I don't think he's there yet.
No, I don't think so.
I think
he will be.
So do I.
Yeah,
even if he loses, we don't know what the future is.
Yeah, we don't know. But my argument is
for 5,600 without Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's why, like with Mahomes, like Mahomes is the best player in the NFL. He was this year. He was last year, probably. And it's just like, he needs to get the respect that he's earned. He's always in the final game. He's never played a road playoff game. He's, you know what I mean? He's been in the league 5 years. He's had 5 AFC championship game appearances. I mean, he's off to a great start, but the way you start getting into those big conversations is by winning the big game.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And
like you guys said, how it looks.
Right. But the only time he's won is he beat Jimmy G. And everybody thinks that Jimmy G is just kind of trash quarterback.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You tell me. He lost to Brady, and if he loses to Hurts, now you got to look at it a little sideways a little bit. Like,
I don't even, what's crazy?
Well, why not? Why not? You have to, right?
I don't even think
because people say Peyton Manning, he only beat Rex Grossman and who else was it?
Cam.
And who? It doesn't matter. I went to fucking win.
Although
I don't give a shit about that.
Was flawless, with Kuechly and them, they were some ballers on that defense.
Yeah,
but he was at the end of his ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but a lot of people talk that argument. You know
people,
what I mean?
I don't think people even really believe in Jalen Hurts yet. A lot of media members don't.
Which I
explain. I
don't feel like that he gets their respect. And I said this. I posted that TikTok. Brock Purdy got more love after 3 games than Jalen Hurts did for being 17-1. I mean, Jalen Hurts this year is 17-1 as a starter. If he wins, he matched Brady.
So with that, though, too, with the Brock Purdy thing, I think that has to do with this kid was what, a 6-rounder?
No, he was last pick.
Last pick.
Yeah.
He came out and went undefeated into the playoffs.
Yeah.
you got to give some love there.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
sure. It sucks what happened.
So
to him.
irrelevant.
Yeah. So like,
It sucks what happened because he's going to be out. They said
Yeah.
like 9 months or something like that.
yeah.
I thought it was 6 months.
For
See, I
Tommy
think
John.
I think I've always said that Hurts was a good quarterback. I just think he
Yeah,
had stuff to
me too.
prove with his arm.
Me too.
I mean,
but,
dude's an
no,
athlete,
but the
he's a
Eagles
freak.
did him a service by getting him playmakers.
Yeah, correct. I
They,
agree.
they got Devontae Smith in the draft, and then they traded for AJ Brown, and then they signed Dallas Goedert and let go Zach Ertz. Like they upgraded in all the areas.
I mean, yeah, they got.
So I mean, they did him a fucking service, and they got
Yeah.
their offensive line is the best in the league.
if Aaron Rodgers leaves the NFC, Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFC.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
I mean,
yesterday.
think about it. Who were the quarterbacks?
There's no other team left.
Wow, that's a
Brady's
really good
gone.
debate.
The only team
Yeah.
that could possibly come back, in my
Dallas?
opinion, well, yeah, Dallas, and then the Rams. Who knows what happens with them when Stafford gets?
Oh, I
healthy?
forgot about him.
Who knows?
A lot
Yeah.
of people are.
So at worst, if they do
That's
come
it.
back, and Stafford, and the Rams are good again, at worst, Jalen's the second best quarterback in the NFC.
I still think he might be the first.
That's kind of crazy.
I mean,
to say.
Well, I was saying if
I got
Stafford
it.
came
that's kind
back
of crazy
and-
to say that.
I know because nobody
Wow.
really thinks about it. But if you actually look at the optics, and not for nothing, he outplayed Aaron Rodgers this year. This year, he was
Yeah.
better than Rodgers.
by far.
So it's wild.
I never thought about that.
And I'm not an Eagles fan. I
Yeah.
hate the Eagles. I will give respect though when it's due.
All right. So who do you think would an Eagles win make them one of the best teams of the last 20 years?
I'm gonna start. Let me start there. So
It's your show.
so it's tough for me to say because I think of the Mannings, I think of the Bradys, I think of the Ben Roethlisberger teams, and I'm like, man, I don't know. If he went against the Bradys and the Mannings in their prime, this Eagles team,
Yeah.
come on, bro, they ain't got no shot. All right, they ain't got no shot. They were Chris Kyles. You know what I mean? If you know who that is, that's an assassin. That's a
Yeah.
sniper for the friggin' army, dog. So I think one of the best teams in the last 6 years by far, if not the best. If they win, if they lose, I mean,
It's a waste.
yeah,
I
20.
agree.
You can make the argument for 20 years. That's my take on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's no way in hell they were better than the Broncos team that had like the all-time record in passing touchdowns with Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
There's
as
no
a-
way.
Even the
That
Brady's
offense was so
Patriots
fucking
teams.
lethal, and their defense was actually really good, dude. Like that was one of the best teams
So
that didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
By the way,
Yeah,
they
And
didn't
got
win a Super
smoked.
Bowl, but they were still one of the best teams. Like it's like the Patriots. You consider them like the 07 Patriots.
that's what you think.
You
of.
consider
The
them
last
best
20
team ever.
one of the best teams of all time, but
Yeah.
they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's the only ding in the resume. But so I kind of I don't see the Eagles being one of the best teams.
Because you think about
Yeah.
what you saw our 20 in the
Yeah.
20
They had a
years.
great team though.
but I'm just
yeah.
like for
Yeah.
me, it's hard to say no though, because if they win, they're 7-0 against playoff teams this year
Damn.
with an average margin of victory of 17 points. So they're blowing out good teams. I think what happened is if Jalen Hurts never got hurt and he won the MVP and they didn't slip up against the Cowboys and the Saints, then I believe people will be more open to it.
Because they'd be what, 18-1 or 9 or 16-1, 17-1.
Yeah, 17-1.
Jesus.
Or at worst, just say they lose the Cowboys game, they'd be 16-2. Or 15-2.
Well,
excuse
they'd
me.
be 19-1 if
Yeah.
you're saying if Hurts was healthy throughout the whole season,
Yeah.
he
With
won
the-
MVP. You think the Eagles win those two games?
I don't know.
They'd be
I would say that
19-1.
if they drop to Dallas, but we played them. That was a really good. I think we beat the Saints. Dallas, I mean, it's easy to say that, but it's a division game. So I don't know. The game could have looked the same with Hurts.
Okay, at worst, you're 18-2.
You're 18-2. And Jalen Hurts is the MVP. At that point, it's a little bit different. I mean, like I said, our defense is unbelievable. Our
I
defensive
think
line
both
is
sides of the ball are like, the more I think about it, it's like this team, there's no flaws, man.
there isn't. Where's our weak point? Miles Sanders had a great year.
I hate
Jalen
to
Hurts,
say it.
great year. Wide receivers are great. Devontae Smith, I mean, he's awesome. He took a big jump this year. I mean, think about it. Jalen Hurts produced 2 1,000-yard wide receivers. Nobody would have thought that last year. Hell, I didn't even want Devontae Smith in fantasy this year because I was worried about that. Because I'm like, okay, if he's going to be feeding AJ Brown, I don't think he's going to be able to pass enough to feed Goddard and to feed Devontae Smith.
Oh, I love them in fantasy.
I did too. I
wanted-
took him in a couple.
I
Leagues. I
wanted
can't
it so
lie.
bad,
He actually
yeah.
won me a league
That's why I came in last
Well,
and you guys
you
made the
know.
playoffs.
apart.
So that's where that analysis went. But
You shot
That's-
yourself in the foot. It's all good.
yeah, it's okay. We were just laughing about this, bro. I drafted the offensive rookie of the year.
Garrett Wilson.
And what'd you do? Put him in the
No,
waiver?
No, I traded him with Chubb.
Oh my god.
We were laughing about
Oh
that
yeah,
the
you
other
would have made it to
night.
the chip.
So we did
I would
that.
have seen you there.
You were on Caesar things.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. See,
Don't make me Mike Rodriguez. That's embarrassing.
That's
That hurt.
crazy.
But yeah, so I do think that
you can make.
I think that look, definitely the last 10 years since 2010,
Yeah.
13, excuse me. But to go back into the 2000s, I don't know, because the Eagles are ground and pound too. They run tough. So it's tough.
Mike Rodriguez is fucking.
It's better than Caesar Pauls.
That's true.
I'm sorry, man.
But like I
that
said,
was
when
funny.
I hear the 20-year mark, I just think like I can't take them over the Steelers team with Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin. I can't when those teams are thriving with Troy Polamalu. I mean, that dude was a ball hawk.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Hurts will be running how he is if he faced that
or
team.
Ed Reed and
Yeah.
Ray like that.
Freaking
Those are
Bob
different
Bob
eras, bro.
Sanders.
Like
You know
that's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying. Like,
Teddy
You can't-
Bruschi.
You can't lay the wood, Pauls, like you used to.
the
You're
Eagles
right.
could be the best team this year.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make them any argument of one of the best teams of all time. I know you can make the argument because
I meant
Super
since
Bowl.
2000. I meant since 2000, out of all time. In the last 20 years.
Oh, the last
I
yeah.
mean,
Well, so
you
the
can
last
make
20
the
years.
argument. I think
Yeah.
you make good
Do you think they're
points.
top 5?
And what?
One of the top 5 best teams of the last 20 years?
I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
I'd have to like really
Really?
see.
That's a cool thing, though. We should all check it out. We should
Because
all
the
look at
Oakland
numbers and
Patriots,
stuff.
their defense was fucking phenomenal.
That's what I mean. I
Richard
would-
Seymour, you had
Well,
Teddy Bruschi,
I mean-
you had Rodney Harrison.
but
I mean, you had Hall
You got to
of
understand, bro.
Famers in
It's
that
very
defense.
easy. It's very easy to have a great defense when you know what the other team is running.
Oh, come on, bro. Don't do that. That's stupid.
I'm being dead ass.
That's
I'm
so
not even
dumb.
saying that to be
That's
funny.
well, it's dumb because the Patriots went they went to the championship game like almost every single year.
Because they knew what the fucking other team was running.
10 years later,
If you put 2 fingers
10
behind
years
your
later.
back and Tom sees him
10
and says,
years
yo,
later.
there's 3 behind his
Yo,
back,
10
and I
years-
say, how many is there? And you
Yo,
say 3?
yeah,
It's easy.
10 years later, they won 3 rings since that.
I know that.
All right. So what do you mean? 10 years later?
Because I'm saying in the early years,
What does that mean?
they knew what the defense was running, brother.
I
It's
mean,
very easy to be that dominant
maybe.
when you know what the other team is coming. That's all I'm
maybe,
saying.
But you got to play the whole game.
Was that
You think
really?
they knew?
Was that proven?
You
I never
think-
really
you
followed
think-
up on that.
You think they knew what they were going to do in the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter?
You know by
No
sets.
way, bro.
You know by sets.
No, bro, no way.
Nick, you know by sets. You
Yeah,
know
maybe,
this.
but I'm just saying you still got to play the game.
I understand that, Nicky.
Go ahead, bro. Whatever. what do you?
No, I'm just saying. I understand that.
Let's stick to the game,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
The
very
Eagles, I'm
easy.
just saying the bottom line is I don't think the Eagles are a top 5 team from the last 20 years. Period.
Okay, and I do think I was just saying that when you know what the other team is running, it's very easy to be a dominant defense.
That's fair. But actually, let's actually table that topic and let's actually come up with a list, a top 5 team of
Yeah.
the last 20 years. We should do that.
We should,
Yeah.
absolutely, because
I
you could
agree,
look
you
up
should.
stuff, and because
Yeah.
like the Steelers, the Colts, and the
Yeah.
Patriots, those are the teams you're going to be. Most
I think
likely-
of the Broncos, the 07
Even the Colts
Patriots.
when they went 14-2 at one point, but then they lost to the Saints. They were
Mhm.
14-2 or 13-3, one of them.
Yeah,
But like they should have won. They should have won that game.
yeah,
But,
that
you
sucks.
know,
Right.
Peyton came out, did his fucking onside kick BS, and then I seen it. I felt it. It went all downhill from there. I felt it, bro. And they were still winning. And I
Against the
felt
Saints.
it. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, nah, this is over. It's over, bro.
It
What
one
was
of
the
those things
score
you
when
knew.
that was?
I
It was
believe they held 3 or 4. I think the Colts were up
was
by
it
3 or 4.
14-10?
It might have been. The Colts had the lead.
Yeah, they did.
And then I seen that and I just felt it in my stomach, bro. I was like, this is
Yeah.
Whoa.
yes. But yeah, you know, I don't know.
That's clip worthy right
It was
there.
10-6.
I just
It was 10-6 at halftime.
and they were up the Colts.
Indianapolis was up
Yeah,
10-6,
they were up.
and then they lost.
10-6. That's right.
Then they lost 10-7 in the third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter they lost 15-0.
He threw the one.
He
pick
threw the
six.
pick to
Yeah.
what's his face?
Tracy Porter.
Tracy
Yeah.
Porter. I was
It's
gonna say
crazy.
Harper.
You'll never forget the names.
I thought I was gonna say Harper, but I remember it was Porter.
Yep.
Fuck that team.
Yeah, that sucked. All right, so if the Chiefs win now, do you think they become a dynasty?
Yes.
Oh,
But I'll you
No, you go. Yeah, you're strong.
I do. I mean, I was on the fence with this because again, I think of the Brady and the Belichicks. That's the dynasty I think of in our lifetime.
Mhm.
But then I started digging a little deeper, and they've been in the last 5 AFC title games, 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls, and if they win, they're going to win 2 of the last 4 at 50%. I mean, to me, that's dynasty worthy. If you look up the definition of dynasty, I believe it's winning 2 titles in that short amount of time. By definition, I mean, you can make an argument against that. But I think dynasty, you have to have that success rate in that short amount of time. And I mean, it's been the Chiefs in the last 5-6 years.
Mhm.
It's been the Chiefs. And I think if they win, you can make that, that hard case that they're definitely considered a dynasty. But
those are great points.
I think they might need maybe one more win, but that's what I was on the fence with. But then, like I said, the the winning and everything, I just think you can consider it.
That's a great point. You got me swaying a little bit.
Whoa.
I'm thinking because the more I think about it, look, I was saying no because you have to win the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
However, the sustained dominance from Mahomes is something to look at. Now, because here's the thing, he's had individual dominance, but the team has been dominant. Like I said, when you don't play a road playoff game in your entire career through your first 5 years, I mean, I don't think. Do you understand how crazy of a stat that is?
That's hard to do.
Yeah. So it's that
success during the regular season as well.
they've been to 3 Super Bowls. You know, I mean, last year, I mean, you know, that was tough. They were up, and then they got, you know, that was the worst. That was the worst Patrick Mahomes has ever played. That second half against the Bengals, worst half of his career.
Here's a good point too, though. I was also thinking, Jim Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
They went to 4 straight Super Bowls, and
They've lost them all.
yeah, you don't consider them a dynasty.
Nope.
No.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's going to matter if he wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who knows what?
I don't think they're a dynasty if
Yeah.
they win. I think you need 3.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my thing, because when you look at the Patriots, they won 3 in those like 5-year spans or 4 years. So for the first run, and then the second one they won in 2014. They won in 2017 and 2018, right?
No, 2014, 2016, 2018, 2020. They won every other year.
Well, no, 2020 he won with the Bucs.
Bucs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Patriots.
Oh,
dynasty.
excuse me.
So he had 2 dynasties with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Jack
I think
Harris.
of that as 3 rings a pop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
2 rings.
I was saying in like that short amount of time.
Because if the Eagles win, that's
that's exactly.
that's 2 in what, 6 years?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
pretty
I did
fucking
say
good.
that the Eagles now are set up. Could they
Yeah.
could they be a dynasty? I mean,
think
yeah.
so.
Like I said, if you have the best, you basically have the best quarterback in the NFC if Rodgers leaves. And I'm not sure if Rodgers stays right now if he's better than Hurts, but different subject for a different day. But you have 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks next year, and it's like their core is loaded.
Mm-hmm.
You got AJ Brown's on their contract.
And they're getting younger.
Devontae
Yep.
Smith is a second-year player. So I mean, depending on what happens in free agency, but the Eagles could be looking up too. But like when I think of the Chiefs, it's just you have to win another Super Bowl.
Yep.
Like you can't be 1 and 2 in the biggest games. And again, like I love your point of saying everybody downs Jimmy G, but that's who Mahomes beat.
Right.
And like you said, a win's a win. I don't care. I want to play. If I'm playing in the Super Bowl, I want to play the worst.
Yeah. I want to get a win. I'm gonna give
I
a fuck
wanna
how
win.
I win.
Yeah.
It doesn't
You know
matter.
what I mean? Like
I got a ring.
yeah. So if they win, it's a really good conversation. I would have to actually say if they win, I would probably put them.
I would like to see where they're at in like 2 or 3 more years too, if with the win,
Yeah.
or even with the loss. If if they win
the next 2.
2 more in the next 3 or 4 years, and they're like, you got to make that case, because then it's like, okay, the only really team who's ever did that was Brady and the Patriots that
Mhm.
has that
I've never seen it.
long-term success. So it's like you can make that case.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. How long was Peyton with the Broncos? 3 years?
4, I think.
4 years.
4.
Were the Broncos a dynasty?
You're right. I mean, I can't say that because
Well, they went 1-1 in Super Bowls.
Yeah, but they also dominated the regular season, similar to the Chiefs. They dominated everywhere else. They just didn't win the Super Bowl.
It was just them and the Patriots.
Correct.
Yeah.
So but my point is if the Chiefs lose, they've dominated over the past 5 years, but they only got 1 Super Bowl out of it with 3 appearances.
Yeah.
So if you're going to sit there and say, oh, about the Broncos.
Well, I can make a case that the Patriots were a dynasty in the era with the Broncos.
I mean, yeah, they won 3 Super Bowls in what?
your face.
Am I right?
You're like
No, that's what I'm saying.
When did the
though.
Broncos win? What year was that?
2015.
2015.
Yeah, they
the
beat the
Patriots won. Oh, they won the year after the Patriots.
It went
Yeah.
it went Patriots, Broncos, Patriots, Eagles, Patriots, Chiefs, Patriots.
Yeah.
I mean Buccaneers. 6
That's
years.
what I'm saying.
Random.
So, and that's in that time frame, I can argue that the Patriots were a dynasty
Yeah.
within the Broncos era.
Yeah.
The Broncos had one
Yeah,
of the
I
best
agree.
teams, in my opinion, in the last
I
20
think
years.
when I just think of the dynasty, I think it's got to be like 6, 7 to 10 years.
Actual dominance.
Yeah, I agree.
Nah, I mean, you make the case. They were a great team. I just dynasty. I just think of the long term, dude. Like it's got to be long term. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you see the
Like Nick
Patriots?
Saban and the freaking
Oh, yeah,
Alabama. That's a dynasty.
great point.
That's who
Yeah.
you think of. You think of them. You think of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like
They're expected to be in the final game.
They
or in
always
the
have
playoff
success.
or something.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like though with the Chiefs, like I'm starting to just expect them that they're going to
And
to
they're
AFC title game.
Well, you have
with the
to
They're
now.
Giants.
making their
Yeah.
case for that
Yeah.
dynasty, bro.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
they
I
got
mean?
Andy Reid, who's fucking awesome. We're about to go to him, but
Yeah.
it's what I mean. Like he's not going anywhere.
Right.
So, where do you think Andy Reid ranks amongst head coaches ever, and would a win enhance his legacy?
I would put him in the top 3.
Whoa.
I love Andy Reid, man.
So do I, bro.
I mean, yo, his resume is actually insane. He went to 5 with the Eagles championship games,
Yep.
and then he went to 5 with the Chiefs. That's 10 championship games, 5 in each conference. That's
different
fucking that's amazing, bro. I mean, he hasn't had much success in the Super Bowl, I would say. You know, I think he's
second all time behind Belichick.
He's
in
one in
playoff wins.
he's 1 and
So good
2.
you said that.
He's 1 and 2 in the Super Bowl, correct? He lost with the Eagles, and he only went there once.
Yeah.
And lost once there. And now he's 1 and 1 with the Chiefs.
So
Yep.
wait, who's your number 2
Well,
coach ever?
I said top 3. I don't know.
I got
have him in
yeah.
that frame.
But
I think Belichick is number 1.
He is. He's
Belichick,
number 1.
Belichick,
hands down.
But number
Shula,
2,
yeah.
Shula, yeah, maybe.
Parcells, probably
Yeah,
up
the
there.
tuna. I love
Yeah.
him, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I don't know. I have to go through it, but I would have him in my top 3
There's a lot
because Andy Reid, man, it didn't matter, bro. He builds fucking teams, and you could tell his offense is so much ahead of the NFL. They're smart. They get people open. Like he knows what he's doing, dude. So like,
he's the only
he's
coach
awesome.
that has more than 10 wins with multiple teams in the playoff era. He's the
Andy
only coach in NFL history.
Yeah.
Andy Reid.
Yeah.
But I think what's the underrated factor is the game is so much different from when he was with the Eagles and now he's with the Chiefs. Like he adapted in that time frame and still like remained success.
That's why somebody
That is like wow, dude. And like now, like he's with the he's back in the Super Bowl. He's going against the Eagles. Like it's an amazing storyline. But like, yeah, I think he's one of the greatest coaches of all time.
So like the win, if he loses? Do you think it's gonna affect? I don't think so either.
No,
I don't
I'm
think
tired of
so.
hearing.
No.
It's great because
Dude, he's a beast.
He
Yeah.
is,
Yeah, I
and
mean-
sometimes you run up
I
against
love
a
Andy
better
Reid.
team.
I mean, everybody, all these. I hear a lot of Eagles fans saying they hated Andy Reid. You
Why?
guys should have
No.
hated your
He's
effing
amazing.
quarterback. That bum throwing up, laughing, throwing interceptions. I couldn't stand him. I mean, with the Eagles' success before, like this era, it's all because of Andy Reid, in my opinion.
Right.
So yeah, I think.
Here's the thing. I
Eagle
think Andy
fans would
Reid
get
is in the
that.
top 5, and it's very, very. It's a hard subject to debate because I've said this before. Like, there's a part of me that feels like you can make an argument that Andy Reid has been better than Belichick, and for me, the only reason I say that is because what has Belichick done without Tom Brady? He was fired from Cleveland. When Brady went down that one year in 2010, they didn't win the division. Brady leaves. And I mean, he's never really been a great drafter. They got Randy Moss in a trade. And I know they drafted Hernandez and Gronk. But I'm saying from the outside offensive side of the ball, it's like, what's going on?
Well, he drafted Brady.
I know that. But look, I mean,
He's
look,
seen something in the kid.
no, you know what he saw, dude? A quarterback sitting there at 169. That's all it was.
He took a shot on him. He got passed
was.
up in the draft. That's what I'm saying.
He took a shot on him, but Brady was the one that delivered.
Right. But he gave him the opportunity because he saw that this kid can actually lead. This kid is really good. Like they signed Drew Bledsoe for $100 million.
I know.
And they still gave the job to Tom Brady. That's crazy to me.
It's very similar. We talked about this last week when I said, think about the Seahawks.
But think about
They
$100
paid
million
Matt
back
Flynn.
then, bro. It was like breaking the absolute bank.
Yeah.
He got that and still got benched for Tom Brady.
Well, the Seahawks gave Matt Flynn a 5-year deal for like $110 million. And Russell Wilson came in that year and started over him in his rookie year when he was a 3rd-round pick.
I'm not good to. I think Bill Belichick is the best.
So my thing I'm honestly like I'm gonna push back on that theory.
I mean,
Because he
got
proven?
6. He got 6 rings, bro.
But-
Andy Reid's got 1.
I understand that, but my thing is who has done more? I know, but Andy Reid did it with Donovan McNabb. Andy Reid's doing it with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but he drafted Mahomes, so I'm giving him credit for that. That's what I would do.
But my thing is, bro, is like
he traded up for Mahomes, and nobody even knew about that shit.
He drafted Donovan
That's
McNabb when
amazing.
everybody wanted him to take Ricky Williams.
Exactly.
And my thing is, though, is like for
Follow your
Belichick,
conviction.
we have to be objective about Bill Belichick.
So hold on, time out.
Yeah, but like he went to the playoffs twice with without Brady.
No,
Or,
he didn't even
no,
once.
I'm sorry, once. They
And
missed
Brady won the
playoffs,
Super Bowl.
So
Yeah, I got it. But Belichick is still a great coach, man.
So what
I'm not
about
gonna take away from
you know how we're saying like the quarterbacks, their legacy is proven with the Super Bowl rings. Well, then what about coaches? So Andy Reid only has what one ring. What about the other coaches that have 4, 3?
Because a coach can control the game to a degree. Like the players got to play.
Yeah,
The coach is going to put them in spots to succeed. I mean,
You
sometimes
can get out coached though.
You can get out coached. I totally agree, but it's more on the players because they're the one doing it.
yeah. I just think
it's about execution in football. That's really what it is. If the players are being called, you have to execute, and that goes for every single player on the field. All 11 of them. Come on.
Yeah.
We play football. You know that.
What about
if your center lets the
Joe
nose guard
Gibbs?
come in, you're
Did
done.
Joe Gibbs have really great teams when he won his Super Bowls? He was with the Redskins, right?
Yeah.
Who was? I wish I knew their roster.
I don't.
Like he had what was he have 3 or 4 Super Bowls?
Was that Riggins?
And he was a great coach.
Yeah, I know. I hear my mom and dad talk about him all the
Yeah.
time.
So it's like, I love Andy Reid. I think he's awesome. You know what I mean? I wish I had more respect for him when I was younger because
He's
I
great.
wasn't an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
But looking back, it's like, he's a genius. But then I'm thinking, well, if we're giving these quarterbacks a success with the Super Bowls, then we got to hold the coach to some type of standard with their rings. And if we're ranking them,
for sure.
I think he's top 10,
Mhm.
top 9. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, my thing
that'd
is,
be a fun topic.
he was
Top 5
going-
coaches.
he was
Yeah.
going to the NFC Championship game with like Todd Pinkston, James Thrash. Like, they were doing some incredible things with
Here's my thing,
very,
too.
very minimum.
He's
skill.
a beast, man.
So-
One thing too,
But like, bro, just the way he adapted from that era to now, it's amazing, dude. Like,
I agree.
the whole dynamic of
That's a
football
good way
has
to look
changed,
at it.
bro. Like the defense, now they don't, they took out the hard hitting. There's certain things you can't do. Like there's a lot of the game has evolved in such a way.
God bless you, Mike.
But he adapted. God
I didn't
bless
even
you.
know
Yeah, I'm sorry. God bless you.
He stays quiet as hell like a mouse. Or something. Let that shit out, man.
But what I'm saying, he adapted
You
from
actually sneak hard?
2 eras, bro. Like that's amazing to me. If you can adapt from that era to this and still have success, like, dude, like,
Yeah, I agree.
what
That's
else do you
a
want
really good
What do you
point.
want him to do?
And you
Yeah,
know
no,
what else
that's a
I
really
look
good
at
point.
though? You know what I look at as like detractors from Belichick? Look at the coaching trees with Andy Reid and Bill Belichick. All of Bill Belichick's coaches were trash.
Yeah.
All of them suck.
So I
But
just
look at
saw-
Andy Reid's. Sean McDermott.
But is that a stain on Belichick's legacy or
I
resume?
think it should be.
But why? though?
Because-
Because if the other coaches aren't having success,
Yep.
and Belichick has them in their house and they're having success,
Yep.
then Belichick is the guy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he's
But you know what great teachers do and great coaches and great leaders? They make the bottom. They make all the people under them
I get it.
great.
I get it.
But my thing is nobody from Bill Belichick's tree is great. And Andy Reid has 4 or 5 great people. He had Mike Kafka. Now Mike Kafka was just interviewing for the Colts job or something like
Well,
that.
some people have the
He
head
fired
coach.
Sirianni though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty,
Who did?
Andy Reid.
Reid.
When
Oh.
Andy Reid took the job on the Chiefs, he fired Nick Sirianni.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yo, I just got
He's coming.
I got something from Papa Broad. Shout out PB. The Eagles hired Vic Fangio to like
for 2
Oh.
weeks.
Yo,
I didn't even know you could do
wild.
that.
but hold on.
Yeah, what is
He's
this shit?
0-6 against the Chiefs, cuz
Uh-huh.
Vegas is coming.
Yeah. Dude,
Here comes Vegas.
I did not know you could do that. My brother sent it
I
to me
didn't
when I
know
was on
either.
my way here. I didn't know you could sign a coach before the Super Bowl for 2 weeks.
What's the point of that?
Just film because he was the Broncos head coach. I mean, he didn't have any
0-6.
success, but
He was 0-6.
he could help.
Eagles, what are you doing?
We'll see. We could help.
You think that's shady?
I don't think it's shady. I just think what's the point?
No stone unturned.
Just watch the film. What do you need Vic Fangio? He was 0-6. I mean, that's all I
I
need to
don't
know.
understand. I mean,
Yo, what's your record against him? You're 0-6. All right, see you. Fuck out of my office, bro.
I don't know what they were trying to gain out of it. Maybe
Just
I don't know.
extra prep, and maybe he sees things that the Jonathan Gannon or Nick Siri may not notice.
Yeah.
But you've been successful for literally the entire
But the
season.
Broncos
reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, why?
The
Yeah,
Broncos
correct.
been ass for 6 years.
Well, that's
So
what
he
I
wasn't
mean.
working with no one, but you could still know and understand teams' tendencies and just not have the pieces around you to beat them.
Yeah, but you got
Okay.
2 weeks to
All
know
right,
that.
damn, all right, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. I'd be like, I'm not saying.
6.
Yeah, but you got 2 weeks to prepare. I wouldn't reinvent the wheel like Tom said.
No, but he could just add in little things.
I like that.
I got it. I didn't know you could do that though.
I
the
just
pe-
found it out myself.
Because, like you said, with the pieces, if
Do you like that?
Yeah, if he's just being a
I
consultant.
think you're being optimist about that.
I gotta be honest with you.
I don't really
I
think either
don't-
way, but why
I
not?
don't really
Why not
like
do
it, but
Why not?
I
just
like what you're saying
yeah,
though. Where
why
it's,
not?
okay, you have these pieces. This is what I needed to beat them, but I didn't have that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You could have the scheme and the understanding of how to do it. It's just sometimes you don't have everything in your favor. I mean, the Broncos have been horrible since Peyton Manning left.
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
don't know
you're
if I
playing with
like it
Drew
though.
Lock and-
I don't know if I agree with that
You're playing with Drew Lock.
I don't
Ross.
personally, but
because
get
I think
what
your
you're saying.
team is what your team is.
Yeah.
So you should be hiring
I don't
outside
think- now,
sources
look,
to
I don't
help
think
you
he's
out to
going
win
in
us
there.
a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's dumb.
I don't think he's going in there doing anything crazy. I just think he's
Don't
So
get
now
the
the
yips.
Eagles win a
Don't
Super
get the
Bowl.
yips
Vic
right now,
Fangio gets he gets a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah,
That's a good question. doesn't
yeah.
it?
Well, he's on a 2-week contract.
Yeah, he is under contract.
So I mean, do you think that's fair? Because a lot of coaches busted their ass in the whole season to get a fucking ring.
I
And
don't
now
care
that
about
they're
that.
here, I don't know, man. I don't know. That would fucking kind of like piss me off a little
You
bit.
would have to
Yeah,
chill-
but what
you
if
would
he
have to
showed the
drop your
film
ego.
that helped you win? You're like, all right, yeah, give him a ring.
Go ahead,
right?
go off, sis.
No, I'm serious. Like, for
No,
real.
no, that's what I'm saying.
But,
You
like,
contribute.
I get what you're saying.
Fuck out of here, bro. This
That's
is
that.
the
No,
ego.
hell-
That's not an ego, bro. We worked our ass off, bro. This was our team. You came here for 2 weeks. We win a Super Bowl, and then you get a ring with us. Get the fuck out of here.
Why? He helped.
Get the hell out of here. He ain't wake up no fucking 5 o'clock in the morning to get to the fucking facility like I did every
What if he
fucking
was
day.
for the last 2
He
weeks?
wasn't with you shooting in the gym.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts, bro. Hell yeah. You feel me?
Job's not finished.
I don't know. I feel differently.
Nick, give me your prediction.
I get it.
Fuck that.
That's a good point. I didn't think of the ring part, but if he, like Tom said, if he finds something on that film and Hassan Reddick is the reason he does something, it's not even going to matter. It's not going to matter. All right, Nick, give me your prediction and how the team will win. Actually, yeah, I'll go you first because I already know what he's doing.
I'm going Eagles. Well, I have an Eagles shirt on. I have the Eagles winning this game. I have 31-24. I think the Eagles front defensive line is going to get after Mahomes. I think Hassan Reddick's going to have 2 sacks. I think the Eagles are going to cause hell with Mahomes. It's going to be almost similar to how Mahomes played against the Bucks. I love the Eagles defense in this matchup. The Chiefs don't have any wide receivers that scare me. You're talking about Juju Smith-Schuster. Fuck no. We have Darius Slay, CJ Gardner-Johnson. We got James Bradbury. Eagles have good corners. The Chiefs don't have really good wide receivers. The only thing that the Chiefs have better than the Eagles is a head coach, quarterback, and tight end. And don't get me wrong, those things do matter, especially the head coach and the quarterback. But the Eagles don't have a slouch at quarterback. They
They have a
don't
better
have
defensive coordinator too.
correct. The Eagles have a Jalen Hurts who was in the MVP conversation, and Sirianni, who should have been coach of the year, to be honest with you. So the Eagles have pieces that can match up with the Chiefs. The Eagles are better at defensive line. They have a better corners. They have a better offensive line. They have better running backs. They have better wide receivers, and they're better than every single thing except for those 2 positions, quarterback and tight end. So to me, I think it's a mismatch in that regard, and I love the Eagles in this matchup. I think they're gonna win, and I think they're gonna get after Mahomes from start to finish.
Awesome. I want to say one thing. Did you think that Sirianni should have won Coach of the Year?
Yeah.
No, because your
Absolutely,
brother Ryan made this point, and it was so serious, and he actually caught me off guard during that episode. Because when I was saying about Pete Carroll, do you think that Pete Carroll should have had any consideration for Coach of the Year?
I mean, yes and no.
Okay, because Brian Dable won it with 9 wins, and Pete Carroll won it with 9 wins.
I did like the Giants weren't supposed to be relevant at all.
I know.
Like at all.
Yeah.
I mean, neither were the
Seahawks. They were both.
Well, the
they
Seahawks
both-
were projected to be the worst team in the league.
Wow.
That's what I was saying with you. When your brother said that, I'm like, well, Pete Carroll, no, he's only won 9 games. He's like, well, so did Dable. And I'm like, holy shit. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, damn, that's a great point. Because I never put those together.
I mean,
And Carroll had Geno Smith as opposed to Daniel Jones, who's in his 5th year.
yeah. And Geno Smith has been a backup.
Correct.
10 years.
That's what I mean.
So Yeah, I was just curious on that. Just, I mean, I don't look. It is
Nah,
what it is,
definitely
but
Sirianni.
Your brother made a
should have
great
definitely
point.
been in it.
But yeah, I mean, Sirianni had a great
The
year,
dude
so.
turned the whole team around and is in the Super Bowl. I mean, yeah, he got a lot of pieces, but
Hey,
I
still
mean,
gotta
come
coach
on,
him
you still got to do it. Yeah.
and lead.
Yeah.
All right, give me your prediction.
Well, yeah, obviously, I think the Chiefs are going to win. I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. I'm hearing blowouts. I've heard you say it's close. I like hearing that. I think it's going to be 38-35.
High scoring.
Chiefs win. Like you said, the Eagles should win. Don't get me wrong. They have a better all-around team. They have a lot of pieces. They have a lot of playmakers. They have a better offensive line. They have a better defensive line. But the Chiefs' offensive and defensive line is not far behind. Okay. And in my opinion, I think the coaching is going to, elevate the win or loss. And to me, the Chiefs blow the Eagles coaching out of the water. Not by much. I mean, I'm sorry. They do blow them out of the water. But I just think Andy Reid's been there. Spagnuolo's bin there. I think, they're going to get schemes and you're going to get looks that these guys haven't seen before. And then we're going to see who prepared better.
That's a great point because I think Steve Spagnuolo is a great defensive coordinator.
I think he's
awesome.
I mean, he gives Brady fits all the time.
He's
and
awesome.
He's the only guy that
and he runs,
twice.
different disguises, what blitzes, the zone blitzes. I think the Chiefs rank #1 in zone blitz, and that's how they're going to stop Hurts. If they win, that's how they're going to stop Hurts. They're going to do their zone blitzes and they're going to keep him balled up. That's their key.
All right. So normally when I bet like big games like this, I always look at head coach and quarterback. And that's tough because the head coach and the quarterback by millions and millions is better is the Chiefs. But as you guys said, the Eagles have a better overall team. The last 9 winners of the MVP in the regular season did not win the Super Bowl. The last one to win was 1999, was Kurt Warner. So when they played Steve McNair and the Titans. But I think the Eagles are going to win. And I think convincingly. It's going to be a close game. But the Eagles, I feel like the Eagles are going to make their mark. I have the Eagles winning 34-30. So I have it over. I think they're both teams are going to come out hot. Like, I actually think it's going to slow down in the second half. But in the first half, they're going to come out. Like, I think in the first quarter, you'll probably get 2 or 3 touchdowns. I really do. I think that the Eagles are going to come out fast. The Chiefs are going to come out fast because I think Mahomes is going to be able to be more active because his ankle's been able to heal now. And I think the Eagles are better. I think it's the Eagles' time. And I think the Eagles cap off an amazing season with a Super Bowl win. And if there's a blowout, the Eagles will blow the Chiefs out. The Chiefs are not blowing out the Eagles.
Yeah, I agree.
And I say that because I don't think there's going to be a blowout, and I would be totally shocked. But again, I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to score easier than the Eagles will be. And that's just because their run game is okay with Pacheco, but the Eagles D-backs they should lock those wide receivers up.
Correct.
Like, here's the thing. You might be able to fool around.
Who's going to be on Kelsey, though?
I think they're going to put CJ.
Yes. And here's the thing. This is the game. The game plan is really simple. If you actually think about it,
it's easier said than done, though. With Kelsey.
I agree. But what you got to do is you jam him at the line of scrimmage. You allow your defensive line to come after Mahomes.
Yeah.
Keep him in the pocket. If you could disrupt a half a second off their timing, you can have success. That has got to be what the Eagles got to do. If you allow Travis Kelce to run free off the line of scrimmage, he's going to kill you. He's going to absolutely shred you. He shreds every defense.
But then Pacheco's going to run all over.
You jam at the line of scrimmage and you disrupt the timing. That's all you got to do. And shadow a linebacker and a safety on them.
And last week you said about Hassan Reddick plus 3,500 for Super Bowl MVP odds.
Wow.
And if you think about it, it's a great bet because if Hassan Reddick has a game like he did against the 49ers, that's how I think the Eagles jump out on them and keep going. And Hassan Reddick really could win.
So wait, what's your key to success for the Eagles win?
Eagles defensive line.
In the trenches.
Yep.
I think it's the same way for
and negating Travis Kelce. Do not let him beat you because he can. He's the only weapon the Chiefs have where I'm like, oh shit.
I still think there's different plays. I feel like I know the Chiefs don't have anybody that's going to wow you on their wide receivers. I don't think Juju Smith-Schuster's a slouch though.
I don't either. But
he's a good
but the Eagles have good corners.
I think Valdez can. I mean, he made a splash last week.
Valdez.
Don't count him out.
I hate Valdez.
Valdez. Because you're going to be shadowing Kelsey and then over the top. Valdez is going to burn you. No, but I just think I think it's going to be won and lost in the trenches. like you said. I think it's the same way for the Chiefs. The only way I think the Chiefs are going to be able to slow down the Eagles is if they can contain Hurts and stop the run.
They need Chris Jones. However,
and I heard what's his face? Who's banged up on that line?
I don't know.
The
Frank
one
Clark?
no, on the Eagles offensive line. Who's banged up that Chris Jones is going to pretty much be lining up against? I think it's right guard or left guard.
Well, if it's right guard, it would be Lane Johnson.
Not Lane though. It wasn't
I was
Lane.
gonna say,
I would
Lane-
name that.
Well,
There's
Lane's
another one.
tackle.
Lane hasn't. Oh yeah. Duh.
Who's their left guard, right guard? Eagles.
Kelsey? I don't even know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Somebody give me that.
Mailata
Not Mailata. Another one.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I know whoever he's going against is banged up, and that dude is a nightmare.
yeah, but
And he's not going to be going against Lane Johnson. I think he'll torch Kelsey too. In my opinion.
I don't know.
Chris
I don't
Jones
think
is a bad
anybody's
man,
torched
bro.
Kelsey, though.
I know, but Chris Jones is a bad man. You said Von Miller wasn't going to get torched last year against.
Whitworth.
With not Whitworth. Von Miller against somebody. I forget what you said, and I was like, Von Miller.
It
he's
wasn't
coming.
Whitworth?
It was at the Super Bowl. It was at your house.
Yeah,
though.
I thought it was Whitworth.
No, but he was on the Rams though, bro.
Oh.
So he was going against the Bengals, and I think people were counting him out. And I'm like, he's a bad man, bro. So I think Chris Jones, if that dude, I forget the name, I'm gonna find it, is banged up, like people are saying, he doesn't line up against Lane Johnson. I think that's what is going to be the make or break.
But the Eagles wide receivers are going against rookie.
But you got
corners.
Hurts. But L'Jarius Sneed, he's no slouch,
He's
and I
good.
think he's healthy.
He's very
healthier. And then
But you got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. That's two
What about
1,000-yard wide
but
receivers.
what about last week? Jamar Chase, T.
No, I got
Higgins,
it.
and Tyler. I know the Bengals offensive line was banged up.
But the Eagles don't just have those two. They have Dallas Goedert.
I
They
know.
got Sanders who can take swing passes, like
Yeah.
shit like that. They can get creative. Gainwell.
You know what cool weird stat? The Chiefs are third in rush attempts to quarterbacks. They rank third, so they
But
give
the
up
Eagles-
a lot of rushing.
Yeah,
Rushing attempts to quarterbacks. If Hurts can,
That's going to be the
if
key,
they
man.
establish the run,
You make Hurts throw. I'm sorry, but it might be a blowout in the Chiefs' favor.
Mrs. Paul said Landon Dickerson.
Yes, that's who
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Landon
that's
Dickerson.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
My Mama Dukes just
Yeah,
came
Mama
on. there.
That's who it was.
Mama
Landon
Dukes is in the
Dickerson.
building.
Oh, you're
Banged
right,
up.
though. He hurt his elbow.
Yep.
You're right. That's what it was. Way to go, Mama.
Here comes Chris. Listen to Tom.
Yeah.
All right, so
We're
Tom
gonna get that
picks-
text later. Here comes Chris.
Yeah, you
You gotta put it
will.
on an echo. All right, so Eagles are going to win, according to me and Nick. Tom picked against the Eagles. I'm not shocked. All right, we're going to do some props, and then we're going to get out of here. All right, boys. Coin toss, heads or tails? Tommy.
Heads.
I got heads.
You switched. I thought
Nah,
tails never
nah,
failed.
like
I want
Yeah.
I want the heads.
Has it been tails for like the last 4 or 5 out of 5 years? I
Yeah.
think? Yeah. So,
It's some
yeah.
crazy stat. Yeah.
It's heads.
So I'm gonna go with heads. Yep.
Yep.
Heads.
I switched my pick.
Who scores the first touchdown?
Jesus. Damn, you're pointing it to me.
Yeah.
All right. For the Chiefs, it's going to be Kadarius Toney. Give me a little plus money axe, And for the Eagles, I think it's going to be either Hurts, which I think is a no-brainer, or AJ Brown.
I got Miles Sanders on the first touchdown for the Eagles. And then if it's for the Chiefs, I got Pacheco.
For me,
Ooh.
I have Travis Kelce for the Chiefs, and for the Eagles, I have AJ Brown because I think AJ Brown's going to have a huge game.
So do I.
I think it's an AJ Brown game. He's been quiet.
There's actually an interesting stat that the Chiefs ranked 31st against wide receiver ones in the NFL.
Wow.
See,
Do
So-
your homework.
Take AJ Brown over.
Love that. Do your
But-
homework.
a lot of people are focusing on the passing game. A lot of people are not talking about the running game.
Yeah.
That matters, bro. That's going to matter in this football game.
If
will.
Miles Sanders comes out and balls, I like it.
That's what I'm saying.
And I love your angle too.
I can't
about
wait to
saying
see this
last Eagles
matchup.
game. This could be his last Eagles.
Could be his last Eagles.
It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great Super
I hope it's a great
I'm
game.
looking forward to this, man.
I hope the Eagles don't blow this goddamn team out. I don't feel like hearing you guys.
Oh
man.
my God, turn your phone off.
Hello.
I'm just going to send you clips of all the
Yeah,
shit.
about
you
that
just
shit,
I'm going to
said.
say, here comes Chris.
All right, Boston. All right, here's a prop. Boston Scott touchdown plus 500. You think it's worth a bet?
Yeah, why not? Sprinkle some shit. For sure. I mean,
It's, at plus 500, yeah, it's
Yeah.
worth it. But I'm probably going to most likely fade on that one.
I'm fading also simply because of what's coming up next. Kenny Gainwell, longest rush over 9.5 yards. And I don't have this written down, but he's plus 460 to score a touchdown.
wow. I definitely think over 9.5 longest rush. I think that's a high number. So in my opinion, Vegas is playing
bet
with
it.
your head.
Correct.
So bet it.
460? He was
Yeah.
plus 360 the other night.
Then he went up.
Odds
Wow,
boost.
that's interesting.
I was on FanDuel. What were you on?
I was on FanDuel.
I was on Pussy and Millions.
What about the national anthem? Is that on our list? Over,
It's not,
under?
but we could talk about that. I like over because I listen to Chris Stapleton and he drags out shit.
And
with
apparently, yeah, he had like a 9-minute Tennessee whiskey verse or like
Yeah.
remake. And I think, with this national anthem, that
I talk to God
Okay.
when I listen to Tennessee Whiskey.
yeah.
Yeah.
You talk to God.
Kenny Gainwell,
Talk
longest
to
rush over 9.5. I'm going to say over, and his
Yeah.
over under for the rushing yards in the game is 19.5, which is kind of weird. So I'm going to take over on both of them. I love Kenny Gainwell. When he's given the opportunity, he actually performs and he does really, really well. I like him in this football game. I think he's going to have an impact.
All right. Jalen Hurts, anytime touchdown, -1.5. Love it. One of my favorite bets of the day.
Yeah. Easy. I think so. Every time I think, I'm not going to bet this. He's not going to score this week anytime. He always does.
Finds a
So,
way.
watch, I'll put money on today and he's going to not score at all. Maybe some passing, but not rushing.
Yeah, I like it.
That's how it goes.
That's
I
how
mean,
it
at
is.
-1.5. I mean,
minus
minus
105.
yeah,
Good
minus
juice.
105. I
Take
mean,
it.
that's like
That's a good
Value,
pick.
though. It's value.
It's a
I
good
feel
pick.
like it should be plus money though.
Nah, dude, but
What?
he's
Yeah.
always scoring. He's always getting
No,
like
I
an
think it should be-
anytime.
Remember,
I think
third,
that's
rush,
plus money.
third most rush attempts.
I think it should be about like a plus 100 or something.
But that
Wow.
means it wouldn't. I feel like that's
That's
a,
unlikely to happen.
yeah.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is plus 100. I mean,
You're
it's a
getting
Super
greedy.
Bowl, bro. No, it's a Super Bowl, bro. But I remember,
Yeah, you're right.
teams
You're right.
are
You're right.
prepared.
Big
They have
stage.
2 weeks to prepare for that.
I know. I
shit,
can't wait
dude.
to see how this
Like,
comes. Like,
You got to understand that. Like, there's a lot of uncertainty in a big game like this.
yeah, man, pressure,
So,
dude.
Pressure, yeah, that matters, dude. So, and plus the flow
That's
of
what
the
I mean.
game.
The Chiefs have been there.
The flow of the
I know,
game-
dude. It's real.
It
time.
matters,
Like,
bro.
it
That shit
matters.
matters.
All that matters. I get it, but I in my opinion, I think it should be plus money. But I would
I
take
like it.
Jalen Hurts touchdown. Absolutely.
All right. Patrick Mahomes rushing yards over 19.5. I love the over
Yeah.
because I think he's going to be running for his
Does
life.
he have a bum wheel still though? A bum wheel?
I like it, but
will.
that plays
No, he
plays
doesn't.
into
He's all right.
if he's
good,
got a
trust
bum
me.
Yeah.
if he has a bum woo, why would it be so high?
Did you hear my take on that?
yeah, I know.
Okay, good.
Can we please not go there?
Yeah.
I know.
I like the overs, dude.
I
Why
know,
is that
but the
number
E-
so high?
I know.
I'm going under on this one.
But I feel like the Eagles' defense is very good, bro. I don't know if they're
Yeah,
gonna let
I'm
him
going-
do
I'm
that.
going
I
under.
know, but don't you think that's high?
It is high. It is definitely high. How was it? What was it last week? Do you remember?
I don't.
I wish I knew that.
19.5 ain't high.
I think it is high for Patrick Mahomes on a bum woo.
A bum will?
A bum wheel.
I don't think he's on a bum will. I think he's good.
So
You want him to be good though, so your argument's.
I think he's good. I don't want to. No. I don't want to hear no bullshit.
I
Oh
agree.
yeah,
You
Patrick
can't.
Mahomes lost because of his ankle. I don't
Nah.
want to hear that
Nah,
shit,
you're
bro.
not. You're
So
not.
stop. Just don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless they actually
Don't
hurt
plant
him.
the seed of the narrative. It's not worth
Yeah.
it. It's not talked about.
All right. AJ Brown receiving yards over 72.5.
I got
Give me
over.
all day.
Over
Easy.
all day.
All day.
Like I said, that stat earlier, the average yards for that number one wide receiver was 81.5. So if you want, boost his alternate wide
Fine.
receiver and get that plus.
Yep.
And I think it's
I
gonna
like
hit.
it. I like it. I think he's gonna have the longest play of the day too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
hmm
That's a good one.
He's at plus 280.
Travis
Travis Kelsey was surprisingly at plus 650.
For the longest play.
Longest
What?
play of the game.
That's
I was
good.
like, wow, Travis Kelsey at
I
plus
think that's a
650.
good
I
bet.
think that's
It's
a great
probably
bet.
because of AJ Brown, Devontae Smith on the other side, though.
It is.
You know?
Devontae Smith
But
is
that's
second with like plus 460 or something like
Well,
that.
because now they've been throwing the ball. They throw the ball deep now.
Yep.
So, all right.
That was deep.
Travis Kelsey receptions over 6.5. Over under 6.5.
Over.
I'm gonna go under. I know I said the Chiefs' success will be on Kelsey and Mahomes. I think that number is kind of low, and it's making me like weird.
It is low, bro. I will give you that.
If you can maybe live bet if it comes out the gate, slow. I like the under.
Because I would never
I'm
bet
weird.
the unders on this.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
I just personally
That's
wouldn't
what I
bet-
mean.
Yeah, and here's why. I don't want to.
was about to say.
No, but here's why. I don't want to root for the unders because I've seen drives where Travis Kelsey will get 3 catches for fucking 35 yards and a touchdown. And then it's like, there's already, it's almost half my bet right there in one drive. And it barely took up any time. I've seen it too many times. I don't want to root for the under because I don't want to
Yeah.
sweat that out. Fuck that. Take
Plus,
the
it makes
over.
the game more exciting rooting for the
Yeah,
over.
exactly. You
So,
want big plays to happen.
I like the over, but Tom's point is amazing because that is a really, really, really low
I just-
number. Like I feel like it should be 9.5.
Yeah,
Or
like
something
8 and
around
a
there,
half.
something like that. Yeah, 'cause-
I could see him landing on 6.
Yeah,
Or like
would happen.
100 yard. Maybe,
Okay.
who knows? I don't know.
6. That would be crazy, bro.
But we'll see.
All right, favorite 3-leg parlay of the weekend. And then we're getting out of here. I'll start it off. I got the Eagles money line, Travis Kelce to score 2 touchdowns, and a Kenny Gainwell anytime touchdown. $50 wins you 3,200.
Wow.
That's my favorite of the
So I don't know the odds behind this, but I think I would take the over 51.5. Chiefs money line and Hurts anytime TD. It's probably not the highest odds, but
I'll check it out for you while Nick's talking.
I like the expected value.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna give mine real quick. Hold on. I got Kenny Gainwell anytime touchdown score. I got Miles Sanders anytime touchdown score, and I got Kenny Gainwell over 19.5.
I like that.
Let me get the odds for you real quick.
Tom, your bet wins 500 for
Off of how much? Off 100. So
yeah.
plus 500,
Mhm.
plus 530.
So Tom,
I'm not going to be betting.
So
that.
say what, $100 bet?
Me neither.
Yeah.
So the odds for Kenny Gainwell touchdown, Miles Sanders touchdown, and Kenny Gainwell over 18.5. They actually dropped down.
See, that's shady.
I don't give a shit. I'm taking the over. The odds are plus 16. I'm 1,631. So
1,600.
yeah, plus 1,600. $100 wins you 1,600. It's not bad.
I like that bet.
That's not bad, right?
I could see the running backs.
I think the running backs are going to have an impact in this
Yeah.
game, bro. I think the wide receivers are going to get them down the field, but I think you're going to start to see the execution with the running game in the red zone.
I wonder what
It's
a
a much-
Dallas
it's a much
Goddard
better
anytime
space.
TD would do.
Because a turnover in the red zone will flip the whole fucking game around.
I know.
Yeah.
Just like that. It happens with these games. It comes down to one play.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode
I agree.
143. Special thank you to Tom Doc for joining us. I'm going to pass it off to Nick, and it's Go Birds. We'll see you on Tuesday with a Super Bowl victory.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us on Super Bowl Sunday. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher. And he's not paying
And all
attention
that
because
other
he's a
shit.
douche.
And all that other shit.
BBC.
Whoa. Does that mean what I think it means?
It does not. Don't think too deep.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms as you do not want to miss our daily content on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And we will see you guys next Tuesday at P&I, baby. Go Birds.
Good shit, boys. That's fun.